Born July the 30th, 1922, Horst Bayer was a man of many parts. The German was an editor, a writer and scholar who was crucial to the development of literature, drama and poetry in Nigeria and Papua New Guinea. His father was a medical doctor and a lover of the arts who encouraged his son to embrace it at a young age. In 1957, he founded the magazine Black Orpheus, inspired by an essay he had read by the French intellectual Jean-Paul Sartre. The first African literary journal in England, it quickly became the leading venue for publishing contemporary Nigerian authors. It became known for its innovative works and literary excellence and was widely acclaimed. Later, in 1961, Bayer co-founded the Mbari Artists and Writers Club, Ibadan, a place for new writers, dramatists and artists to meet and perform their works. Among the young writers involved with it during Nigeria's independence were Chinua Achebe and Wole Soyinka. In 1962, with the dramatist Duro Ladipo, he co-founded Mbari Mbayo, Osogbo. He was also known for his work in translating traditional Nigerian literary works into English. He emerged as one of the scholars who introduced African writers to a large international audience. He translated the plays of Nigerian dramatist Duro Ladipo and published Modern Poetry in 1963, an anthology of African poems. In the 1980s, Bayer returned to Germany. He died on April the 3rd, 2011.
For our images this week, we see more artists turning waste to treasures. We begin with Yusuf Durodola. He titles this one Merriment, a portrait of Professor Stephanie, and it's done with the waste assemblage medium. The title, Merriment, was coined out from the expression projected by the subject. The waste materials were definitely from different brands, and by infusing them together, he depicts the essence of love, the whole idea of working together as one, which will eventually birth happiness. Still on turning waste to treasure, this next one is titled Baby Shower. It shows a pregnant woman being showered with gifts, expressed with bubbles. It's a two-layer piece in 2 dimensions. First, a flat wood carving with electronic motherboards and components as a medium of expression. It is then mounted, suspended on board. So the artist is giving us an idea of how he creates this work, which he says is part of his Saving the Earth Through Art project. Palace Glimpse, it's done with mixed media. He believes that we should never underestimate the power of a woman, especially when it comes to playing politics in the palace. Here's an African king giving instructions to his chief guard on serious issues about his kingdom. A really confidential matter, but it is a queen that is right behind him, eavesdropping and giving her own opinion about this matter. This piece you have to look closely to really appreciate what this artist has done. He's still using the same medium, which is electronic motherboards, infusing it with other components. This next one is by Habib Andu, titled At My Care. We saw a bit of him last week. It's still using the charcoal, pastel and watercolor medium. A little girl looking after a toddler and a baby. So who's fooling who? How do you expect a child to take care of another child? Those are Habib's thoughts. This next one, he calls it Thank God It's Friday, still done with charcoal and pastel. This painting explains the joy and happiness being expressed by children whenever it's Friday. That means it's time to close from school and enjoy the weekend. That's Saturday and Sunday. They're free days, so they could play, visit, and just have some time on their hands. He shows the children playing on their way from school on Friday. So that's a good example. This one is by Wole Omofemi, titled Early Lessons for Tomorrow, done on oil on canvas. This painting depicts the transmission of priceless wisdom between generations, which is crucial to the progress of any society. The artist believes it is important for proper conduct among the youth for good leadership. The present still needs to learn from the past so the future can be better. Godwin Achi-Abia has this one he calls Age Group Women, done with graven oil painting on board. These group of women are very strong, especially in the southeastern part of the country. They are virtuous women, that's according to the artist, and he borrows a leaf from the Bible. He says, "Who can find them, for their price is above rubies." Their husbands are known in the city when they sit among elders, and they are so proud of the women they call their own. This one, he calls it double portion, and loads of inscriptions from the Bible here. It's done with graven oil painting on canvas. And this one I just had to take is by Femi Ogunbiyi, who is dancing his heart out and painting as well. Just a few minutes. He sent a video, but it wasn't quite top-notch, so I couldn't take it. Sorry about that. But it's interesting to see a young and talented man with a load of skills. So well done, Femi. And those are your images for this week. We do encourage you to keep them coming. Thank you so much for spending time with us. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Always remember to keep adding color to the world.